All right, we're here with Valerie Bowling from the DPharm conference and the conference forum. Valerie, thanks for stopping by.
Aaron, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So talk a little bit about this year's conference. How's it been? Only day one, obviously, but certainly pretty hectic.
Yeah. So the conference, or the concept of disruptive innovations, is to make things easier, more accessible, and less expensive ultimately for the end user. And our end user is the patient and the investigator. So the whole conference revolves around those concepts. How can we apply innovation to reduce the burden to patients and investigators? And we report on new innovations, and they can come from industry, and then we always report on what's going on outside of industry that can impact industry.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. One of my favorite parts of DPharm is DPharm Idol.
DPharm Idol,
yeah,
okay,
it's
yeah.
great, and you always learn something new there. So where did the idea for that start, and who participated this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. Where did the idea start? The idea really did not start with me, I can assure you.
You can take credit for it if you want to.
I could steal the credit,
Yeah,
right?
could,
But
yeah. No.
but the truth is, it came from the marketplace. They wanted an opportunity to showcase innovative, mostly new companies that can prove that they have something disruptive that can impact clinical trials. And so we started it the first year we did it was in 2011, and we did not have a prize,
Yeah.
and we didn't announce a winner. And the audience didn't like that. They said, well, wait a second, we need to have a DPharm Idol winner each year.
Yeah.
And I said, great. So we put together a judging criteria, a group of judges, and there's a whole process to get vetted, to be accepted to present. And these brave souls that go and do it have to prove to really prestigious people, tough people, that what they have is indeed disruptive, or could be disruptive to clinical trials. Yeah.
You know, I think you touched on this a little bit, but why is this conference so important for our industry?
You know, ultimately it's because 90% of drugs that go into clinical trials don't come out, and there's no benefit ultimately to the patient. And we've got to turn that around.
Yeah.
And I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and for many, many, many years, we would do conferences that weren't really true game changers. And so ultimately it was Pfizer, a former employee of Pfizer, who approached me and said, this is what we need to be doing. We need to be applying disruptive thinking to clinical trials. And back in 2010, and I said, yes, I love that idea, and I agreed to do it. And I went home that night and wanted to cry because I didn't know how I was going to present it. Because I thought, oh my goodness, how are we going to do this?
Right.
But we had to get together, like-minded individuals that were, hell-bent, determined to change the way we do clinical trials and to stick to it and share the results. And so that's how DPharm came to be. Yeah.
And I know maybe a little bit of a tough question for you, but considering it's only day one of DPharm,
okay.
But you know, what's next for 2019? What do you want to see more of, or where do you think we're going?
Yeah, you know, we do about 10 or 12 events through the conference forum, and this one's our toughest one because we have a lot to prove. We have to do fresh research every year to find out who can report on what. So the conference has really become an event where we give pharma an opportunity to report on innovation, the milestones, and where they're going next. So I have to do a round of interviews for next year to see who's working on what and who can report on what, right? So that's one aspect of it. And then we go on a hunt to look at outside courses. So this year we had featured a speaker from the Estonian government, because Estonia is the first digital republic using blockchain, and where they have laws that protect patient data security. And this is an area we may very well be moving into.
Wow.
So it's great to get their example.
Yeah.
So we have to go on a hunt and a lot of research to find out those outside examples.
Sounds good. All right, we won't hold you to it today then, and we'll find out what it comes.
Give me a bit of time, but
You
we'll
got
get
it.
there.
You got it.